30,000 miles on a work truck with double airbags. Big, thick frame. 3500 HD 6.5 two-wheel drive. Gotta love it. Uh-oh. You're bugging them again. Diesel only dump truck. Double frame. Yeah, 2 layers are better than 1. No rust. Never winter driven because they don't collect the trash in the winter. 30,000 miles, 50,000 kilometers. How do you like that? Never know what you're gonna see. Picking up leaves with a 6.5 turbo weasel. I heard this thing running from all the way across at the amusement park. I said, that's a 6.5. I can recognize the sound. What they had to do to put a service body on the frame is very high, so they had to add this 6-inch spacer, so no holes in the bumper, even though it's a turbo weasel, which I presume this one is too. Is it a diesel? Maybe it's a gas. This one is diesel fuel only. This one's got 12,000 miles. Yep. 12,000 miles. It's a 99, 8, 7, or 6 because it has dual airbags. Bucket truck. Guess, dual tanks. I guess as long as the lights are working, you don't have to drive it. Bearings. Fix the amusement park rides, 12,000 miles on a 15-year-old truck. Like I said, 99, 98, 97. Now what's confusing about these trucks, and GM in particular, diesel, is you couldn't get a diesel in a Suburban after 99. In 2000 they got the new body style, and they didn't offer I-beam front suspension. Level ride manufacturing. It's got overriders. I'm using my left hand to do this. Diamond, Missouri. Using my left hand. Anyhow, anti-lock brakes, kingpins, old style. You couldn't get the diesel engine after 99 in the Suburban when they went to the new body style in 2000 after GM's big strike. Leyland. They only offered the diesel in the pickup trucks, but they also offered it in the vans. Whew. Rough. Floodlights. You could get the diesel in the van, turbocharged, turbo mounted behind the engine. So you could buy a Vandura, or whatever they call them, a Rally STX, or whatever the hell they were. But you can get a 6.5 diesel in a van up right through the mid-2000s, but you couldn't get them in a Suburban because the Duramax transmission, blah, 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 was too tall, but they were still putting the 6.5s in the vans. Why didn't they put them in the Suburbans? If they were putting the 6.5s with a turbo in a van, I don't understand why you couldn't get a 6.5 in a Suburban. And if you want to put a Duramax in, you got to use the Allison transmission, which is bigger, so you got to raise the floor, lift it. Yeah, so make it lifted. Interesting, huh? Turbo diesel, 12,000 miles. Well, I'm waiting here for... Well, I'm waiting 10 minutes here, freezing for Mrs. CW. I'll bundle up with the hood. Take a peek inside. Boy, that works like brand new. I suppose the worst they could do is just tell me to leave it alone. Whee! Turbo diesel, air conditioned. No rust. Nothing. Wow. This is a 96 or newer, double airbag, air compressor, air conditioning compressor on this side, dual thermostats. Bet you there's no sludge in this motor. Corroded. What's the big bolt for? Different air cleaner. Instead of mounting onto the side of the fender, it mounts on top of the fender. Hydraulic pump, beautifully done. Little corrosion there, and that's it. Pressure sensor, ambient temperature, pressure for the turbo to limit the boost. Vacuum pump switch for the turbo, limit it. Glow plugs. Okay, show's over. I got caught. You caught me. How many miles this truck has? It's a 99, 8 or 7. It's 15 years old. That's 12,000 miles.
Wow.
12,000. It's just used to drive around the park. I'm surprised it has that much.
The whole story on Playland.
Yeah.
The Westchester elite are trying to convert some of the area to soccer fields and tennis courts because they don't like the people from the Bronx coming up to the facility.
Oh, from the Bronx. You heard it here. Ah, you know everything now, huh? I know how many miles a service truck has, and you know how they want folk from the Bronx.
So keep Playland the way it is.
Yeah, keep it the way it is.
They want to get rid of the rides for the kiddies.
No more kiddie rides. More live. Alrighty, we're having a good time at Playland. We're freezing though.
1909.
1909. Bought the land in 1907, developed it 2 years later. We're freezing. I'm CORVAIRWILD, and that's Mrs. CW. We're freezing. Mr. Muggs.